about the West Coast, as much as we visited, it didn't really have a huge imprint on the totality of hip hop, right? I mean, what I mean by that is like, it's like, because the West Coast is put like this.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So with his anticipated 2025 Super Bowl halftime show looming, Kendrick Lamar recently sat down for an in-depth pre-big game interview. Kendrick Lamar sat down with Apple Music's Ebro and Nadeska Alexis for an exclusive interview during a press conference ahead of his upcoming Super Bowl halftime show. As K-Dot ramps up to his big moment on the grand stage on Sunday, the Compton MC opened up about his road to the Super Bowl, his huge year in 2024, what fans can expect on Sunday, and more. He went on to say that it's just a continuum of who I am really. I've always stayed to myself. I've always been in my own bubble, whether it's with the farm or training. How I process it all is I just continue to do what I was doing 10 years ago.
Drake has been at the forefront of music so long that he set the pace of what the standard of what shit is supposed to sound like. So it gave every co-producer that I work with and every beat programmer, everybody that I work with, a standard to say, this is what it is. And this is the mark you got to hit. You could be a little under it, you could be a little over it, whatever, but this is where the standard is. I think when Kendrick took the reins of that, everybody can't rap on a mustard beat. That mustard beat, not like us, is not going to be the universal sound of where this shit is going. Every time Drake dropped, he showed us where the game was going. His co-producer, his Boy Wonder, vinyls, all these, they set the tone to what the standard of shit was. And it wasn't just marginalized as a sound. Nobody says Drake sounds like Toronto. It sounds like the world. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like what hip hop is, what R&B is. So now, who's at the forefront of that? You tell me. I want to ask you a question.
Nah, I mean, to be honest with you, it's Kendrick. It feels like he took the top spot.
But would you advise an artist that you're grooming or someone that man, go make a not like us?
Yeah, and let me tell you why.
Sonically.
Okay, so the one thing I think so when you think about the West Coast, as much as we visited, it didn't really have a huge imprint on the totality of hip hop, right? I mean, what I mean by that is like, it's like, because the West Coast is put like this. They mean more than the artists they have, right? Because it's like everybody want to be on the West Coast, but when you really look at it, it's like Ice Cube and Dre and them been around since the 80s. Yeah. Right? So then you go Snoop 90s, right? Then you add The Game, right? Then you add YG, you add Kendrick, but it's more like the Avengers than it is an entire universe of them. Like in Atlanta, you got Baby, 21, 2 Chainz, Future. You can name 50 rappers in Atlanta. You can't name 50 rappers from LA let me finish. 50 rappers from LA who are national, right? That's why I like what Kendrick did with the GNX album, because he put a spotlight. Because in Atlanta and New York, if you underground, you still got the East Coast and you still got the South, but the West is so far away that if you underground, it's not enough underground to reach Atlanta, to reach New York. It might reach Texas like Master P and them did, but it ain't gonna reach that. That's why I'm like, so when they was thinking about them, not like us, I'm like, damn, like Kendrick created a new sound for the West Coast, and now there's a chance for artists to take that sound, because now it could be their signature. Like the boom bap was the East Coast signature, and the 808s was the South signature. So I feel like Night Like Us can become the sound. The way he got, I like the music, he got the 80s sound. It's like he gave the West to me direction that I didn't think it had.
Is there enough artists that people fuck with all around the world and in the US that can take that sound and run with it? I don't think that when Mustard does no match beat, Tim Babbitt, that ain't not like us. He went and did that. It's still a Mustard production. You know what I'm saying? He don't send the same beat pack to A Boogie that he sent to Kendrick Lamar.
I see what you're saying.
He don't send the same beat pack to Quavo that he sent to Kendrick. So at the same token, it's like, unless the West Coast, it's gonna be a moment, and I'm open to it as well, because I'm a chameleon. I adapt, nigga. You look up. That's where I was going. West Coast shit this year. Unless the West Coast is going to go to the forefront and just go, and it's gonna be like how Dre, Snoop, like they had the reins. But I just don't think that you can overcome Atlanta.
But see, what I was thinking is this: how I looked at it was Kendrick gave the West a sound. So think about it. You got places like Arizona. It's niggas in Arizona. They ain't got no sound. So it becomes like almost like how Alabama and New Orleans and Atlanta, they kind of became the South, Texas, UGK. And I feel like Kendrick gave the West a sound. Because anytime somebody from the West come big, they're big. Like YG, they're big, but it's just few and far in between. And I didn't recognize that until Not Like Us came out and the GNX album came. And I was like, damn, like, this is what the West just sound like. Like, it was almost like, that's the West, my nigga. That's the new West. If you from the West Coast, take that shit right now and run with it. Because it's an easy cadence. It's not like it's not like Kendrick is giving us his most thought. He's giving us his small bag. He ain't going in depth in what he's doing. He's entertaining us right now. So I just thought it was a great opportunity for the West to adapt.
It's great, and it's still a great opportunity, but it's on them to...
Boom. That's what I'm saying. Like, a nigga from Vegas that's rapping, take that sound. If you from fucking North California, take that sound. If you from Seattle, like, you got to do what the South did. We was country, you know, like, it's country. Like, y'all the Midwest, and you know, they bunch Detroit, Chicago, you know, St. Louis, the Midwest, Atlanta, Florida, Georgia. Like, it's like, but the West was just like LA.
True.
And to me, it's like a great opportunity for the West to be the West.
Oh no, this wide open for the West.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Like, and I think, if I was an A&R, I'm like, I got a young nigga. I'm like, because we know Kendrick is not going to do the GNX sound the next album. He always goes somewhere else. So we just see it working. It's open, right? Like, he's going to leave that there.
Not Like Us is the biggest song of last year, hands down. It will win the Grammy for Song of the Year.
Yeah.
But at the same token, it's regional a little bit.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna stop no Future.
But
Make a Future just put a post out the other day and said, I told her I threw away my whole phone, and it was a pink phone on the floor in the Paris Fashion Week. That was better than a song to me. Like, yo, like, that hit me like a song. Like, damn, man. That's something I say too, man. Like, tell the security go pick up that whole phone when we get out of this. Bro, the West Coast has a culture, and they're really excited about what their culture is, but the swag and the bravado and just not give a fuck come from other places.
But if they were smart, if I was an A&R, I would, if you're in the building, like you said, like what you said, Drake set the stage, right? And everybody could follow. To me, when I heard the GNX album, I was like, if you from the West Coast and you trying to come up, think about it. You have a chance to give a DJ a record to play right after Not Like Us. Right now you can, like, because you remember in the South, you would go to the club, and you can go to the club in the South 10 years ago and you'll hear Jeezy for an hour. Yeah. You can hear Future for an hour.
T.I.
You can hear T.I. for an hour. I mean, like, for real. I'm talking about, like, in Columbia, South Carolina, Greenville, you gonna go to them clubs. They're gonna play Future.
You gonna hear Boosie for an hour.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's no West Coast artists that we hear in the club right now, because the club is our culture. But imagine if I was an artist, I'm taking that sound, I'm going right behind that. That's what a nigga, the hustler, would do.
Yeah, for sure.
Shit, because Kendrick, we know he ain't getting on another light. We know this was like a moment in his career and he's gonna go to more artsy shit. But it's open, nigga, take it.
I was about to say, do you think they're gonna do that?
That's what I would do. Hit me out, huh?
Do you think they're gonna do that? Like, cause Cali feels a little more laid back than the East Coast might jump on it, cause they hustle.
But for the first time, a Wolf, they have like a real, like, Snoop was the biggest artist in the world, but he's always so much drama. He's laid back. Like, that's why, you know, you need that. That's why they love Ice Cube so much, because Kendrick album is aggressive. So I think it has man, if I was from the West, man, I would fucking go. Like, I swear to God, if y'all stop celebrating